Hello, you amazing friends, and happy Monday. I trust you're well and hope life is good. I normally don't do LinkedIn Lives this early. In fact, I don't even do it on Mondays, generally speaking. But you know what? I'm home today and I was just feeling this strange sense of inspiration. And I thought, you know what? You got to capitalize on that inspiration. I don't always feel inspired. In fact, sometimes I feel downright cranky, but I hide it very well. I'll try and hide it. And I thought, you know what? I feel like doing a LinkedIn Live today, saying to you, happy Monday. So why not? Here I am. And I just want to wish you the absolute best. Now, like all my LinkedIn Lives, I hold up my phone because you know it works really well. LinkedIn Live works beautifully on mobile phone and it gives me a way of keeping eyes on the comments. Let's have a look, shall we? Yes, I want to make sure LinkedIn Live is working. Thanks for your support too, by the way. It's looking good. Looking good. No, as in, I'm not that narcissistic, as in I looking good, but I got to say, you winners are looking good. And a big thank you for tuning in. And here we are. I have the live up right now. I'm getting into it. So I'll say a big welcome. We've got Georgina Orchard watching us on Facebook. Georgina Orchard, big thank you. Now, I'm going to do a big shout out for Georgina Orchard on this beautiful Monday. If you don't know Georgina, you should connect with her. She's an amazing lady. I know we actually live about literally probably a 7-minute drive from each other. I could probably run to her house in like 40 minutes, right? So we're very, very close to each other. She's an amazing lady. You got to connect with her. So good seeing you, Georgina. And Georgina's actually watching over on Facebook. Because you know what's interesting and fascinating about all this, my legendary friends? And we got a delivery, right? Usually I get the deliveries, but Lassie's getting the delivery. In fact, 9:30 in the morning is when one's deliveries arrive. So there you go. So yeah, look, I just wish you a happy Monday. Talk about LinkedIn because I love LinkedIn. I spend a lot of time on it. And I just thought I'd just share with you just some of my thoughts to help keep you winning in your own unique way. And also, too, I've been working on more of these impromptu, let's jump on LinkedIn discussions because I think they're pretty cool. So firstly, just come in, smash that like, share, and comment because I love to hear from you. And I'm keeping an eye on the comments right here. And it's actually a parcel for me. Thank you, Lassie. Big wave to Lassie. We love you, Lassie. Hello, we're on LinkedIn Live. It's a parcel for me. Actual tea samples. There we go. Should we open it together? Maybe we should open it together. So it's like unboxing with Edwards here on Monday. So one of my friends actually sent me some tea samples, and here they are. I guess we'll check them out later. So real time of Edwards here. A few other things while I've got you as well, my legendary friends. This is that duck I was telling you about the other day. This duck. What happened was Lassie handed me this duck on our last networking Zoom, and it had these weird psychological effects on me. So this duck is of hypnotic nature, which is very cool. Sure, I want to put that out. So just come in, big thank you. I want to talk to you about Monday and LinkedIn and just give you some thoughts to help you win big in your own unique way on LinkedIn. Now, one thing I find that's very fascinating is Mondays are a fantastic day on LinkedIn. A lot of people jump on LinkedIn, they get into it. And I find sometimes some of my biggest engaging posts have actually been on Mondays. So without looking at the data, I would say probably Mondays and Fridays are probably the busiest days on LinkedIn. Okay. That doesn't mean you should just use LinkedIn on those days or post on those days, but that's just what the data is. And I just want to tell you that. Okay. So that's just what it is. The other point I want to make to you, very attractive and brilliant people, is this, right? In Monday, right? Monday. When it comes to posting on LinkedIn, you want to get in the habit of posting based on how people feel. And this is very, very important. And you got to be sort of mindful. What day of the week is it? How do people feel? What's happening in the world? I'll use a good example, actually. A very tragic example. And again, full love to Israel and what's happening in the Middle East. Again, we had an event on that day. I did a live on the day that, all the what happened in Israel happened. And for me, it's being very respectful and mindful of that, and even acknowledging that. So that's one of the biggest things I want to say to you. When you're posting on LinkedIn, when you're using LinkedIn, remember, other humans are using LinkedIn too, right? The way you feel is chances are the way other people feel. Not always. You don't want to project too much, but you know what I mean. But Mondays, people want inspiration. They want motivation. They want to get into things. In fact, it's probably not the best time to do a LinkedIn Live, actually, on a Monday morning, because to be honest with you, my LinkedIn Lives on mornings don't do as well as ones in the afternoons. But I decided not to care today. And I'll tell you why I didn't care about that for two reasons. Inspiration. I just felt that inspiration. And you know what? Once you get into LinkedIn Lives, they're just so easy. Basically, sit down on my PC, turn some lights on, and just go live. It's just fantastically easy. The other point I want to make to you, incredible people that I love, and thank you to Lassie. Lassie, we got these tea samples in, and Lassie, thank you for opening them, wonderful Lassie. And by the way, if you're in Sydney, this Wednesday, 11:30, is Lassie's Boss Ladies. So 4 ladies, this Wednesday, 11:30, is Lassie's Boss Ladies. They're catching up at Norths in Camaray, Sydney. So if you're interested, just reach out to Lassie. Let's look at the tea samples. One of my friends sent them through. My God, look at this tea. Look at that. Perfect self. We're doing an unboxing. Let's do an unboxing together. Let's open it, shall we? Beautiful little bow. Check that out. I'm just going to, yeah, there's a little bow. I'm just going to open the little bow right there. It's got a knot in it, though. Hang on. Let's have a look at our tea samples. Beautiful bow. Open. Whoa. Nice card. Australian grown green tea. Perfect self. That's from Melbourne or probably from maybe from Adelaide. No, Adelaide, they grow a lot of tea up there. Beautiful cup. My God, look at this. Look at these samples. Look at that presentation. There we go. There we go. And that's one of the big things about LinkedIn Live. I know we want to talk about LinkedIn, not Ed's Love for Tea. Beauty about LinkedIn Live, this is what I'm finding, is LinkedIn Live is a great platform. Works well. It's fast. You can do incredible stuff with it. So this one is Sinsha. You can see right there. This one here is Matcha. That's pretty cool. And this one is Hoocha. Sounds like almost Ouija. There you go. Pretty cool. So I will check them out later. Thank you to my friend for sending through those samples. I will let you know how I go. I am more of a coffee guy, but I do drink a little bit of tea, which is all very, very good. So that's what Monday does. So Monday is a great day talking LinkedIn. People are very busy on LinkedIn on Mondays, and people really get into LinkedIn. Now, I was going to say, so if you've just come in, please hit that like, sharing, comment, say hello, tell me where you're from. If you've got any LinkedIn questions, now's the time to ask. But one thing I do say to a lot of people is LinkedIn Lives are fantastic. Now, what's interesting, and this is what I found, right? I might do a LinkedIn Live. I might get 5 people on at once. I might get 20 people on at once, whatever. But the real thing about LinkedIn Lives is the views you get afterwards. So I find after the LinkedIn Live itself, you get heaps and heaps of views. So I find a lot of people tend to watch the replays. And also, too, the LinkedIn algorithm is also very, very good at giving it lots of views. But not many people do live, so they really boost up the content. And this comment doesn't work for all of you winners on LinkedIn, but it does. So, for example, this is also streaming to Twitter, Twitter X, which I'm not really into, but streaming there. But interestingly, it's streaming to Facebook. And I know a lot of you amazing winners, you do love Facebook. I use a bit of Facebook. In fact, I get over 150,000 views a month on Facebook. But what I love about LinkedIn Live is if you're using a program like StreamYard, you can actually connect it to multiple accounts as well. So I'm using StreamYard to do this broadcast. It's connected to my LinkedIn, my Facebook, my YouTube, and my Twitter, which is fantastic. And also, too, it also records it as an MP4, which is just fantastic, really, really fantastic. And those are some of the key things I want to share with you, winners, about how LinkedIn works, about how the platform comes together. We've got Lee Newton Rhodes actually watching on YouTube. So there you go. As much as I'm a LinkedIn guy, it's good. Of course, I get most of my views from LinkedIn, but it's funny how it displays on all platforms. This is one of the big things. So LinkedIn on Mondays are fantastic. Okay. Very busy. Everyone's jumping on. Everyone's getting into it. And also, too, obviously, it's work-oriented. People have finished their weekends or finishing their weekends, and they're getting back into the work swing. So what I was saying is when you're using LinkedIn and talking to people and also posting on LinkedIn, you want to sort of be mindful about how people feel, right? Again, big events across the world, being mindful of that. Again, tragedy in Israel last week, love and prayers to all. And the other thing you want to be sort of mindful of as well is the sort of content you're sharing. So are you sharing content that's in line with how people feel and thinking? So again, Monday, motivation, inspiration. People want to get into things. People want to really get that bit of a kick. And even me, I was a little bit cranky this morning when I woke up. I had a bit of Monday-itis, about for a half an hour. And what I find is that one of the things I love about LinkedIn. What I love about LinkedIn is that when you jump on LinkedIn, it actually helps cure the Monday-itis. I found it's kind of funny actually because I had a bit of Monday-itis, which happens. It doesn't happen to me often, but it did to me today. But what's interesting is that when I use LinkedIn, it cracked the Monday-itis. So again, what sort of posts can you do? You can do photos on LinkedIn. You might do a live. And again, this is me just monologuing to awesome you. You can also do lives with other people. You can have really good discussions. So, for example, I usually have great lives with about 2 or 3 clients a week. So, for example, Steph, do a lot of Stephs on Thursday these days. I'm going to ring up Sue Gielan as well because she definitely is amazing online. So that's kind of the way the platform comes together, the way that it works. And what I also find with content as well is being short and punchy. So, for example, what Microsoft and LinkedIn love is when you do a LinkedIn live, they like at least 15 minutes. But you know what? I like finishing up lives by about 20 minutes. Now, sometimes if I'm interviewing someone and it's a deep conversation, might go for 30 or 35 minutes. But quite often, I like to finish LinkedIn lives at about 20 minutes. Again, sometimes they blow out because something cool happens or it's a really interesting deep dive. Or let's say all the questions are taking off, right? But quite often, I like a good 15 to 20 minutes. And the beauty about a LinkedIn live, once you finish the LinkedIn live, the recording is up. It gets put up a piece of content, which is fantastic. And the other thing is it just looks great. This is me. And I've worked out there can be anything from a 20 to 40-second delay. So it's funny. Sometimes I've done lives and the delay is about 20 seconds from the moment I say something till you hear it. One time I jumped on live, this is only last week, there was like a 40-second delay, right? So huge delay. I think it must be their servers or whatever. But that's one of the big things about LinkedIn Lives is that they're fantastic. They're really good. And I actually highly recommend them. So if you said to me, Ed, I want to take off a LinkedIn really quickly, how should I go about it? I'll say to you a lot of things, but one thing I will say is get into the LinkedIn Lives. They're very good. And also too, with your content, make sure your content really is appealing. How does it connect with your market? What are you trying to say? So for example, the title of this live, and thank you again for watching, be it live or recording, is LinkedIn Winning and Happy Monday of Edwards here. So I'm here to talk about LinkedIn and Monday. Pretty straightforward, isn't it? And that's the way you tend to go about things. So here's my big bit of advice to you to win big this week, talking again more LinkedIn, is posting in the mornings is fantastic because you get more views that day. Share content that helps people, gives value, inspires people, is relevant to what you do, right? Now, I don't always share content that's relevant to me, but I usually do, right? So you want to make sure the main thrust of your content is relevant to you. Otherwise, people have, you send a bit of a mixed message. The other thing I want to say to you as well is be mindful of who's liking, sharing, and commenting your content, who's engaging with you, and who's resonating with you on that type of thing. And if you do those points really well, I promise you, my legendary friends, it works great. And I'm just jumping in on the live, seeing how it's all coming along. I got to say, I love you winners. You winners, just amazing. And you need to understand that. So my friends, I got a few other points as well. I've got you a few other honorable mentions. Tonight, we have got our networking Zoom. So if you want to join us, we're on tonight, Monday, 8 p.m. So join us for that one if you're around. 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time, which is our time. Again, Lassie has got a Boss Ladies Lunch in Sydney this Wednesday, 11:30, North Camera. If you are interested, just reach out to Lassie directly and she'll give you the details. That's, of course, wonderful ladies. And the other thing I want to mention to you winners as well, is something that I appreciate big time, is we've got a networking Zoom on Thursday. And so there you go. So my friends, love to wish you a happy Monday, a fantastic week. Post once a day, post in the mornings, take photos, do videos, create content. Polls asking yes or no questions are just fantastic. You might even do crazy random stuff like tea samples arrived, and thank you, Lassie, for unpacking them. While we're here, so you can do unboxing. So it's good to be very, very flexible and dynamic. And that's what I love about LinkedIn Lives. LinkedIn Lives allow you to be flexible and dynamic. The other thing about LinkedIn Lives I really like is that it breaks through on the feed. So thank you, Lee Newton Rhodes. Lee Newton, watching on YouTube. Lee, we love you, my friend. The other thing that I really love about LinkedIn Lives as well, this bit's something I really like, is that it breaks through. So if someone's on their LinkedIn on their phone or their computer, it actually says, Edwards here or whoever is on live right now. So that breakthrough effect is absolutely fantastic. So there's a few points there. A few other points as well. I want to actually talk to you about how you actually connect with people as well. So as you use LinkedIn, you might be adding people add you, people find you. Only accept connections from high value people. And here's my big bit of advice to you, and I've been guilty of this before. Don't just share content on LinkedIn and wait for the business to come to you. Actually talk to people. Okay, I'll give you an example. We had our Melbourne meetup on Friday. I had about 50, 60 people come, which is fantastic. Thank you for coming to the Melbourne meetup if you're there. And we had about 200 book in, about 50 or 60 showed up. It's pretty normal. So if you get 200 booked in on LinkedIn, about 50 will show up, which is very standard for us. And what was interesting is I messaged all 200 people yesterday just saying thank you. I shared a link to my program with them and just said, see you next time. And a lot have already come back to me. So again, LinkedIn is not just broadcasting content, actually use it to say hello to people, to connect with them. And also too, especially when you get leads as well. If someone's obviously interested in business, get off LinkedIn. Say, hey, do you want to jump on a phone call? Do you want to jump on a Zoom or a WhatsApp or whatever it is? So that's a big thing as well. So again, LinkedIn's awesome. Great to share. And that's the two hemispheres of LinkedIn, right? One side of LinkedIn, of course, is the content, your influence, your profile. The other side, of course, is how you connect with people one-on-one. So they're two key things. So friends, I just felt inspired to do a good morning LinkedIn Live. So hope you enjoyed this one. Again, you're probably watching the recording. If you've got any questions about LinkedIn or about our program, just reach out to me. Be honored to help. And remember, tonight, Monday, 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time is our networking Zoom. Lassie's Boss Ladies lunch in Sydney, Wednesday, 11:30. Thank you all. See you all later on. And appreciate you. Make sure you smash that like, share, and comment. And love your work. And thank you to those, Georgina, Lee. Thank you to those that called in live. And yeah, this is probably one of the earliest lives I've ever done. Again, I think lives work way better at the end of the day, but I was inspired, so I thought, why not? Love your work all. Stay awesome. Talk to you later, and please keep up the greatness.